do in this road. We'll stop talking for a bit and just pump. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, niggers and b*****. Today's video is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be talking about how I think someone who's just starting to ride should go about it. So I get this question a lot across the social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and even some comments on my YouTube videos saying, "Hey TJ, I want to join. And how do I start?" So I'm just going to go around talking about the few things that I think someone should go through, or what they should do when they're just starting, right? So the first thing is, I think you should buy your motorcycle gear first. Buy your helmet, buy your gloves, buy some boots if you can, and a jacket. That's the bare minimum, in my opinion. And the day you go pick up your bike, you want to be fully geared up. So we don't want a situation where you spend all the money on the bike and now you don't have any gear. You're going to be tempted to just ride anyway without protecting yourself, and that's dangerous because anything can happen anytime. Why are people multi? The second thing is start small. Many people want to start in Form 4, Form 5, Form 6 whilst skipping grade 1. Buy that 150cc, buy that, I think 150 to 250cc's is the cc range for beginners, in my opinion. You know what we do in this road? We'll stop talking for a bit and just pump! So the reason why I recommend that you start small, many people choose to start biking when they get older. They can afford the bigger bikes, the 1000cc and whatnot. But honest truth is, these bikes are not forgiving. If you make a mistake on a 1000cc, 600cc, 750 super bike, chances are that mistake is going to be bad. You're going to injure yourself hard. But if you make mistakes, if you allow yourself to learn the mistakes that you can make on a smaller bike like a 150cc or a 250cc, those smaller engines are less powerful and are more forgiving, so they will allow you to make some mistakes without injuring you. And the other thing is, you're going to drop your bike. It's not a matter of where, if you drop your bike, but when. You will drop your bike at some point. But I still drop my bike sometimes. It happens. But the other thing is, when you're a newbie, you drop your bike more often than someone who's been riding for longer. And smaller bikes are not as expensive to repair than bigger bikes. The other thing that I want to talk about is when you get your first bike, I think it's wise to avoid group rides, because the reason why some of you guys want to start biking is you see us riding in groups and going around, going to Chivu and going to all these places with friends, and it seems like we're having such a good time. But yeah, it is a good time, but sometimes you get pressured because you're riding with people who are more experienced, who have better skills than you. We all started somewhere. We just didn't wake up and we're skilled riders. We had to learn And when you ride with people who are more skilled than you, you might get pressured into trying to keep up with them, and that might not be good for you since you're not yet skilled to ride like that. So I recommend that you ride on your own for some time, get used to your bike. You know, every bike is different. I do that when I get a new bike. I just it's either I try to ride it for long, like if I get it in South Africa, I ride it all the way from SA to Zim, or I just ride around here in Zim, go to different towns a couple of times just to get used to the bike. Their weight, their wheelbase, and all that good stuff, it's different amongst manufacturers. So you find that even the throttle response, the brakes, you need to get used to that. So if you just start riding and dive straight into group rides, yeah, you might then end up making some mistakes because you haven't just gotten used to your bike. Which brings me to my next point. Even when you're now used to your bike, guys, ride your own ride. Ride your own ride. And it doesn't matter if you're riding with TJ, who is riding like a hooligan. Let him ride the way he rides, and you ride the way you ride. Because the moment you try to keep up with someone, it's a recipe for disaster. The other thing I would recommend is first time, if you have never sat on a motorcycle, your first time, go to a driving school. Pay for a couple of license and get your license, guys. It's good. It's always good to be on the good side of the law, because when you're involved in an accident and your bike has hit a car and whatnot, yeah, the police will not be your friends if you're not a licensed biker. For my Zimbabwean fellows, your class 4 or class 2 does not cut it. You need a class 3 if you're going to be on a motorcycle. The other thing that I forgot to mention that I think is quite important when you're a beginner, this one is important for everyone really. Go to the track as often as you can. You learn a lot at the track without distractions from other vehicles than you do. Like, you learn a lot in one track day than you do in like months of riding on the streets. Trust me. I really recommend that you give yourself as much track days as possible. Don't go out trying to learn new things on the roads. It's quite dangerous because you have cagers that do not know what they are doing on the road, and you're also endangering other people. So if there is anything you want to learn, be it tight turns, be it wheelies, go and practice that at the track or at some open space. That will help you quite a lot. The last thing that I would recommend is once you get your bike, make sure that it's insured. At least when you get involved in some accident, or you drop your bike, or you get hit, you can. Some of these repairs can be expensive, but at least if you're covered comprehensively, it's going to help you a great deal. So I think generally that's how I would recommend that someone goes about it. There are also different classes to motorcycles. You have super bikes like this one. These are just meant for going super fast. Max is out at about 300 kilometers an hour from the factory, most 1000 cc's. If it's a 600, maybe 280, 260, thereabout. But you might realize that you might find out that you are not quite into super bikes. There are other classes that you might want to ride, like cruisers, adventures, like the GS K1600. Those are your Touras. So do some research around the bike and what type of riding you're going to be doing. If you're going to be commuting, you don't need a very big bike. If you're going to be, trust me, commuting on this bike is not fun because it's just too powerful. It wants to go, and sometimes I have to be going very slow in traffic. The power just doesn't help it. So try to figure out the kind of riding that you want to do, and that should help you a great deal in choosing the bike that you want, because we are different. We don't ride the same thing anyway. I hope that more of you join us and will enjoy in our numbers. These things are super fun. and even more fun when you ride in groups and you're a large number and you're just doing your thing. So cheers. Let me proceed with my trip to work here. See you in the next one.
A few moments later.